Hey guys, how's it going? Good morning. Let me set up this room real quick and then we can get started. 6:22, so we got about 8 minutes till market open. So we do have some time, but I definitely want to get this all figured out before we get started. So volatility has been super low this morning, all throughout London session. Hopefully it picks up by the time we start trading, but we'll see. So let's see, we got this there. Today is August 10th. And I swear this year is like flying by. I feel like every week you hop on, it's like almost the end of the month. We're almost halfway already. So let me just get this set up right here. Let me get the Zoom link to you guys here in the premium. Looks like some of you guys locked in some pretty solid profits though already so far. Let's copy this over. All right, guys, morning. Let me go ahead and finish setting up this room real quick and then we can get started. So let's see, 6:23. We got about 7 minutes till market open, so we do have some time. I definitely want to get everything all set up and ready for analysis by 6:25. So you got about 2 minutes. I think we should be good. Let me just get the rest of these links out to everyone else here. Send out this YouTube link. All right, looks good. All right, so like I was just saying, guys, market volatility has been super low this morning from London till now, but I'll go ahead and take a look at the market to make sure everything is moving pretty smoothly as we enter New York session. Today there's no news, so that's one of the reasons why the market's moving so slow. Generally, when there's no news, there's just no volatility, right? When there's no volatility, there's nothing really pushing the market as it's normally pushed. Hey, Kenny, morning Jason, morning Rooney, morning everybody. Let me see who else is here. Morning Miles, morning Essa, morning Adrian, morning Peter, morning everybody. Let me let everybody into the room. We still got about 5 minutes to market open. So looking over here at US 30 on the 10-minute, we have a bullish bias. Reason for that bias is because price is above the pivots and the trend meter is green. Looking over here at the 3-minute, same situation. Price is above the pivots. The trend meter is green. And lastly, here on the 1-minute, same situation. Price is above the pivots and the trend meter is green. So looking at technical analysis right now, everything looks pretty bullish. Looking over at the fundamental side, the futures data is also green right here. So it's showing that it's up about 20 points. Not very much. We generally like it to be above 100 or below 100 for that fundamental bias. Looking over here at the market sentiment, most retail traders are short right now, which is 70% short, which is perfect for us. We want to do exactly the opposite of everyone else. So if if everything here is showing a bullish move and the retail traders are long, if everything's showing bullish on technical and fundamentals, but the retail traders are short, that's completely fine because we want to do the opposite of them anyway. So right now it's 6:26. When the market opens, what we'll be looking for is a possible strong green bullish candle. If we have that strong bullish green candle, we can enter this this breakout for a buy. But like I mentioned before, there's no news today for the US really. Yeah, there's JPY news. The next news event's coming at 4:50 this afternoon. So there's no news this morning at all. We had US news about an hour ago. We had prelim non-farm productivity, prelim unit labor costs. Both news was positive, but not really high impact. So it's not really going to affect the market. That's why it's moving kind of slow. So everything's pointing towards the upside. What we're looking for here is we want a strong bullish candle. We want a candle just like this right here. We want something with little to no wick on top. If we get that confirmation, then we'll take the trade. One thing that we're going to be looking out for is that it's right at the Asia high right here. See this purple line? So if price is too close to that, that can indicate a possible reversal. And that's what we don't want. We don't want to trade in that area. But right here, it's breaking right past it. So it's completely fine. Market opens in about 3 minutes. Once we have that confirmation, we can take this buy here. But we just got to be patient, and we got to make sure not to enter the trade too early. So, all right, looks good over here. Let me see who else is in here. Let's see. Morning, Mark. Morning, Abraham. Morning, Taryn. Morning, David. Morning, Matt. Morning, Kip. Morning, Paul. Morning, everybody. So yeah, looking over here on the 10-minute, we're currently at the Asia high right now. It's going to push up to the New York high from yesterday. So this is as high as price got yesterday during New York session when we were trading. It might break the high. Who knows? It might not. We really don't know until we know, right? So let me scroll back a little bit. The all-time high is going to be right here at 35,255. I'll just mark that up so that you guys can identify where the all-time high is. So price is currently down here. We got a lot of room. Yeah, it's about 1,000 pips till the all-time high. So we got some space here. And I don't think it's going to reach it anytime soon. Let me see if there's any zones around this area. A lot of zones. Okay, so I'll take a look at the zones a little later. It's, you know, it's a little relevant right now because it's not really something that we're looking for. But if you guys did take these scalping or these snipe entries, there was actually a couple snipe entries right here. There's one right here. If you took this for a long position right here where it rejected off the pivot and the zone, then this is currently an active position, it looks like, or let's see if it already hit. Yeah, it's currently active on its way to full TP. So if anyone took this scalp right here, there's a wick rejection off the pivot, wick rejection off the K2SR zone, buy signal right here, confirming the momentum swing upwards. And that's where it's currently moving. It's currently at the Asia high, this purple line. So we just need to wait for that confirmation. You know, I don't want to trade around that area because that area is going to be possible rejection point. So market's opening in about 1 minute. Once we get that open, we can look for a possible entry. So let's see. Okay, morning Rocky, morning Stock Queens, morning Delmas, morning Kyle, morning Vincent, morning everybody. Morning Adele, morning everybody. So market's about to open in about 30 seconds. When this market opens, we'll confirm the fundamental bias. Hopefully it's bullish. If it is bullish, we're just going to be looking for that bullish confirmation on the technical side. So, all right, let's go. We got 20 seconds left until market open. Let's see what we got over here. We got about 10 seconds. Morning Riga. All right, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. The market's open. So let's check the fundamentals over here. Refresh this. Hasn't refreshed yet. Give it a few seconds. Huge spike to the upside. See that big spike right there? We don't want this. We don't want any wick on the top side. So obviously we're going to wait first. We're not going to take it just yet. Let me check the fundamentals. Looking at the fundamentals over here, it's up about 14 points. It's not up very high. Volatility is still pretty low. So let me refresh this. Check the change over here. It's right down the middle. Not very much on one side, not very much on the other side. It's all pretty flat right now. Looking over here at the overall is up about 15 points, not too much. So there's no real bias right now on the fundamental side. The technicals are still bullish, but you can see that there's huge wicks on both sides, right? The body's right here, huge wick on the top side, huge wick on the bottom side. This becomes risky because if there's big wicks on both sides, that means that there's a struggle for power. You know, there's no confirmation that price is strong on for the bullish side. There's no confirmation that it's strong on the bearish side. So just looking at this right here, price is starting to come down, but looking over at the 3 minute, this thing's starting to dump like crazy. So we'll wait for this. I mean, hopefully it starts to smoothen out in a bit, but huge spike. So this would have hit full TP for that snipe entry that I marked up for you guys earlier. It still has a bullish bias, but it's still bouncing back and forth right now. So looking at this here, this is definitely something that you don't want to be playing around with until you have that confirmation. So it's 6:31 right now. We still have 4 minutes to take the breakout. Looking at the fundamentals here, stocks are flat. Dow Jones and S&P 500 hover under record. So as you can see right here, even CNBC has confirmed that the market's pretty flat right now, which is exactly what we identified. You know, I told you guys from London till now, it's still pretty flat. And even looking at this now, it's not really moving at all. It's kind of just down the middle. So there's no fundamental bias right now. I'm going to turn this off right now. I'm going to wait for a confirmation because we just don't have a confirmation right now. Looking over here, price just looks indecisive. The 1 minute is just kind of going back and forth. I'm going to go ahead and turn on my alerts over here. So yeah, looking at the 3-minute, it's still, I mean, it still hasn't closed below there. We'll see what happens if price ends up rejecting to the upside, which looks like it's going to happen right here. You can see this candle right here is rejecting off the London high and also off the pivot. So we got about 30 seconds left on this 3-minute candle. If we get that right there, it's probably going to push right back up. It's 6:32 right now, so we still have some time. Basically, if it reaches 6:35, then I'm going to be done with the breakout. I'm not going to be looking for it anymore. But just looking at this right here, this looks like it could possibly be an entry. This is going to be risky though. So I might take it with the smaller lots. No, I'm not going to take it. There's still a big wick on the top side right there. We need this wick to close. All right, so technically right here, this would be the breakout. Let me see if I could, let me see if I can open this. I might take a smaller lot size. Let me see. I'm not taking it yet. I'm gonna let you guys know if I want to take it or not. Let me check this over here. All right, so I entered it kind of late. That's technically the breakout right there. So I mentioned that I was going to wait a little bit. Let's see. I'm going to mark it up at the halfway mark too right here. All right, so this is technically the breakout right here. Like I mentioned, it is risky. So if you do want to take it, maybe take it with a smaller lot size. But this confirmed our bullish confirmation that we were looking at from the beginning, right? We were looking for that bullish confirmation. Looking over here at the fundamental side, it's not really, I mean, it's bullish, but it's not very strong. So I would consider this a risky trade. This would be TP1 right here. What I would recommend is if you guys are in this trade, I'd recommend that if it comes up and if it comes back down, move your stop loss and profit to TP1 right here so that you can pull out or just close out if you don't feel comfortable holding the position, because you know it is a risky position to be holding today just because of how the market's moving. It's very volatile, but it's not really moving directional. It's kind of just going back and forth. So that's my recommendation. You know, first recommendation is use a smaller lot size because of how the market's moving. Second recommendation is if price pushes up to this point and comes back down, move your stop loss and profit. Or if you don't feel comfortable, just pull out of the position, because there isn't really a bias right now on the fundamental side. Bias on the fundamental side is kind of just going back and forth. It's right down the middle. It's going from green to red. Generally, if you want that bias, you basically want it to be 100 points in the green or 100 points in the red. You know, looking over here at the market sentiment as well, market sentiment is about 70% short. So we'd still be trading the opposite of the majority, which is, you know, that's generally how we trade. So looking over here, I mean, everything kind of lines up for the most part, aside from the fundamentals not being very strong. And from the technicals over here, kind of just bouncing back and forth. So what I recommend here is use a smaller lot size. You know, you should be in profit right now if you took it from the entry point right there. And if it reaches up to TP1 over here, then, you know, my recommendation would be to move your stop loss and profit. Either move your stop loss and profit or just pull out of the position as a whole. But I do think it's going to come up. Just looking at this right here, the problem is that it's right at the Asia high right here. So it's kind of bouncing around that area, but we also have the support right here at the London high. So, I mean, it's going to keep bouncing back and forth. So just keep in mind, if you guys don't feel comfortable, don't enter the position. But if you guys are okay with the risk, you know, take a smaller lot size so that you're not too worried about your position, and, you know, let it do what it's supposed to do. So let me go ahead and set this up over here real quick. But like I mentioned from the beginning, it is going to be risky today because there is no news. So there isn't really a driving force in pushing price one way or the other. On top of that, it's just, you know, just the way the market's moving right now, it's kind of going back and forth. Generally on open, the fundamentals should be going one-sided. Looking at this right here, it's kind of just going back and forth. It's going from -10 to +10 to -30 to +30. So it's kind of going back and forth. And it hasn't really considered its official direction. So there we go, as it pushes back in profit. And, you know, we'll see what happens from here. All right, there we go, as it pushes back up. Looks like it's about to reach the TP1 right there. Looking over here on the 3-minute, looks nice. We want this to close above here. What I'm looking for is for price to close back above the Asia high. Once it closes above there, we have a better confirmation that it's going to continue to push up. We have about 1:46 on this 3-minute candle. Looking over here on the 1-minute, it's it's currently pushing up still. If we do get that where it hits up here, I'll get an alert. So I'll let you guys know if it hits TP1 or not. But as you guys can see, market is very, very indecisive. It's kind of just going back and forth. Generally, it just goes in one direction. It'll go one direction up or it'll go one direction down. You guys have seen it before where it has a smooth move in either direction. So we'll, we'll just have to wait and see what happens here. Looking over here at the fundamental side, still green. Not very green, but still green. All right, let's see what happens from here. It's continuing to reject off the pivots right here. So, obviously it's indicating that it's trying to push up. It's just having issues, hitting some resistance on the upside. But for the most part, it keeps bouncing right back up as soon as it reaches this area here, whether it be the London high or it be the, the pivots on this low side. So we'll see. There you go, as it pushes back up. And I kind of wish I took like, because we could technically, for me personally, if I knew the market was moving like this and I was able to focus on it, I can literally just keep scalping up. Because you can see right here, every time it comes down to the entry point, I can enter with like a 10 lot, take a 10 pip move to the upside, make 1,000, come back up, make another 1,000, come back up, make another 1,000. That's one way that I used to trade before, but that requires a lot of focus. So if you guys know what I'm talking about, it's a very lucrative way to make quick profits if the market keeps ranging like this. And there you go, it pushes up. If it reaches the TP1, I'll give you guys an update in the group. So let's see. I'm probably just going to set a TP for mine over here. So I don't really want to worry about it. So 3, 5. All right, so I'm still in the position. I just set a TP for the profit target on top. Not for this one right here, but for the full profit target. So let's see, we got this right here. I want to see what the pricing difference is for Ftmo and TradingView. So let's see, TradingView is 35,143 minus 35. There you go, TP1 right there. Oops, wrong number. All right, so there goes TP1 right there. Whoever wants to exit, if you guys want to move your stop loss and profit, go ahead and move your stop loss and profit. If not, you can hold on to full TP. But just understand the risk. As long as you guys understand the risk, that's completely fine. It's just like I mentioned before, it's a risky trade. So just keep that in mind. So I'll give you guys a small little update over here for that. Refresh this right here. All right, there we go. So let me give you guys a little update for that right there. Let's see. This is going to be TP1 for 250. Just for like the people who move their stop loss and profit or who pulled out in profit, because a lot of you guys just want an update to see if you know where price is at, because some people who are risk averse, they just pull out of the position early, which is fine. If you, like I mentioned, guys, if you guys don't feel comfortable with the position, just pull out and profit. Last thing you want to do is stress yourself out to make a little more profit, because if you reach TP1 over here and you're using a 10 lot like I'm using, or equivalent as a 1 lot, you would have locked in 2,500 off that little move right there. So profit's profit. If you guys don't feel comfortable about a position, then just pull out of it. Unmistakably is asking, are you still in GN trade? If so, what's your stop loss? GN hasn't filled yet, unmistakably. So for this position right here, we called it over here. Let me just turn this off. And so this never filled last night. I called it right here, like slightly after open, and it never came back up to fill. You can see my alert right here, GBP NZD filled. It never filled for me. So I'm not in the position yet for GN. This never came back up because we called it right here and it never came up to fill it. It's always been below. So for me, I've never, I'm still not in the position yet for that one. So we're probably going to cancel it because it hasn't filled yet. Unless it comes back up and fills it, then we would take it. But for me personally, it never filled for me because my alert right here never triggered. It says GBP NZD filled. So I would, at this point, you could just hold on to it if you want, or you can close it out if you, let's see. Yeah, I mean, you could either hold on to it or you close out. It's up to you. It hasn't filled for me yet, so I'm not even in the position. So I don't really have a opinion on it. Let me check the 4-hour, 240. So looking over here, the GBP pairs looks like most of them are still pretty bullish. So GA over here is bullish. It's slightly coming down. GCAD over here, it was just going sideways. GBP CHF, it's been bullish. GJ is still bullish. And GU is currently coming down. Looking at the NZD over here, let's see, NZD looks bearish. So just looking at the NZD right here, the NZD isn't necessarily overall strong. It's kind of just, some of them are strong, some of them are not strong. Like looking at NZD CAD over here, this is still coming down. This is indicating that the NZD is weak. NZD CHF, this is going up, indicating that it's strong against the CHF. Over here, JPY, it's coming up as well. So, it's really up to you guys if you guys want to hold on to it. I'm not in the position, so I don't really have an opinion on it. It's still, it hasn't filled on me. So you can see all my alerts right here. None of them have been triggered. So if you guys want to hold on to it, you guys can hold on to it. But for me, it hasn't filled yet. It's currently at a pivot right now. So there's a couple things that can happen. Price can easily reject off the pivot right here and then bounce back up. So if you just like I mentioned before, it's my same thing for every other position, not just GN, but for every other position. If you don't feel comfortable about the position, then just close it out. Yeah, I know it's the same thing that I just been telling you unmistakably. I mentioned if you don't feel comfortable about it, then pull it out. If you feel comfortable about it, then hold on to it. It hasn't hit stop loss, even if you're in the position. So if it hasn't hit stop loss, it hasn't hit stop loss, right? So it's up to you. If you don't feel comfortable, then pull out. If you do feel comfortable, then hold on to it. I'm not you. I can't tell you exactly what to do because I'm not even in the position. So I can't even tell you what I would do because I'm not in it. If I was in it, I would tell you what I would personally do, but currently I'm not in the position. So it's currently at a pivot right here. There's different scenarios that can play out. It can bounce off here and shoot back up. If you feel comfortable about it, then hold on to it because that's what could possibly happen. Showing you other examples right here where price came down. So price came up, came down, rejects off the pivot, and then it comes back up. So there's different things that can happen here. There's no guarantee that it's going to hit stop loss. There's no guarantee that it's going to bounce up. It's up to you if you feel comfortable about it. If you do, then hold on to it. If you don't, then pull out of it. This is why it's kind of important that you guys actually understand what you're doing so that you guys don't blindly enter trades and, freak out because you guys don't know what to do. If you guys understand like what these pivots are meant for, if you understand what the zones are meant for, you guys can kind of think what's going to happen next. If you guys are just depending on me to tell you exactly what to do, then there's really no point in it because I can tell you to close it right now and you close it and it goes back up and then you get mad because you close it, or you can close it, or you can hold on to it. It hits stop loss and then you get mad because you could have closed it at this point. So it's up to personal preference, guys. This is why it's important that you guys actually understand the strategies, understand, what we're doing here. If you guys are just copying signals, you're not going to know what to do, right? But it's not really difficult because you can see right here, it's rejecting off this pivot right here. So, there's different scenarios here that can play out, but I could give you different scenarios. If I could give you reasons to hold on to it, I could give you reasons to get rid of it. So, it's just really up to you, up to your preference. If you feel comfortable with it, hold on to it. And same with US 30 over here. Some of you guys are still in the position. If you guys are still in this breakout right here, if you guys feel comfortable, it's still around break-even point. So if you don't feel comfortable with it, then pull it out. If not, then, hold on to it. I'm currently in it right now because I feel comfortable with it, but it's really up to you guys whether you guys want to hold on to the position or not. So, Yeah. But yeah, I mean, if you guys want me to keep analyzing it, I'll take a look later. But right now, there's nothing really to look at. Look, just looking at it right here. Once we have this confirmation, this is going to close in the next 3 hours. In the next 3 hours, I'm not going to be online. So I can't really tell you guys exactly what I think what's going to happen from here. If I was in a position, yeah, I would tell you that I just hold on to it because it's going to bounce off the pivot. But looking over here at the US 30, price is still kind of just going back and forth. So looking over here at this, let's see, it's up 20 points right now. It's still bullish. Looking at the actual index over here, this is, I mean, it's just going back and forth. So I think myself personally, I'm going to see where it goes from here. If it still keeps bouncing back and forth, I might just pull out with a small profit as it continues to move around. See, Mark said that breakout was wild. Hit 1,200 drawdown, then bounce back in a profit for 43.50. So I got out. Yeah. So some of you guys got out of this position here. If you guys want to pull out, feel free. I'm probably going to pull out soon too. I'm going to wait and see what happens in the next couple minutes or so. If this ends up closing above the Asia high over here, then I might hold on to it a little longer. But if it doesn't, then I'm probably just going to pull out with profit. I'm already in profit slightly right here because this is it's up about 100 pips. So this would be 1,000 profit for me right now. But we'll see what happens next. Yeah, it looks like a lot of you guys are still hanging on to it. Kenny's hanging to it too. Mark as well. Yeah, it's just going back and forth, guys. It's not really choosing a direction. These are the kind of market conditions that we generally don't want to trade in because it's kind of just going sideways. It's not really moving directional at all. Let's see. Futures data is up 28 points. This is up 30 points. Market sentiment is still around 70%. So just looking at this right here, it closed above the Asia high. So I'm probably gonna hold on to it for a little bit longer. I do have my TP set up already. So see how far is it from the full TP. It's only about 20 something pips away, or 270 pips away. It's not that far, 27 points. So about 270 pips. So it's not super far away, but yeah, I'm gonna think about it if I want to pull out or not, because the TP1 area is still right over here. So it's still around that same area for whoever wanted to pull out at TP1. I mean, TP1 is still an opportunity right here where you can pull out. But there is the full TP up there. Yeah, Ken said I'm holding it. I'm holding it. Feel it will hit up. Have gone down from Asia high normally by now. Yeah, no, I agree, Ken. If it was to bounce off the Asia high, it would have done it by now, but it's currently above it. So I think it's going to shoot up at some point. It's just going to take some time. So, you know, just like I mentioned, guys, not just the US 30 market's affected by the no news today, it's the Forex market as well. Everything here is kind of just moving slowly. There isn't too much stuff going on. That's the pro and the con about news. If there's news going on, it generally pushes price up and down. But today there's no news. So with no news this morning, it kind of just keeps the market a bit flat. I'm still holding on to it as well. So if you guys are wondering, I'm still holding on to the US 30 position. But we'll see what happens in the next couple minutes or so. But, you know, like I was mentioning before, guys, you know, if you guys want an analysis for something, I can analyze it either way. So like I can literally tell you ways for it to go up, or I can tell you ways for it to go down. So what I always recommend for you guys, not just with like Forex, but with like US 30, if you know, trade psychology is everyone's biggest problem. So the thing is, if you're worried about a trade, your best decision is to just pull out of it, you know, take the loss and, you know, save yourself from being stressed out from that one trade because you guys don't understand what's going on with it. If you guys do understand what's going on with it and you feel comfortable, then hold on to the position. Because, you know, the last thing you want to do is stress over a position and then make mistakes because you're stressing over it. And that goes with everything, not just US 30, goes with Forex, goes with gold, goes with everything. Like if you guys have an analysis and it lines up with your analysis, then, you know, hold on with it. The problem with me analyzing a GN or any other pair over here is that I'm not in the position. So I don't have analysis for it. The thing is, if my position got triggered and then it went into drawdown, then I would hold on to it. But the thing is, my position never got triggered. So just, you know, with GN, with US 30 here, like I already know I'm in this position. So that's why I'm holding on to it. because it fit my requirements, right? Market opened here at 6:30. We had a confirmation of a strong bullish candle right here. Let's rewind. At a confirmation of a strong bullish candle right here. So this confirmed that it's a breakout entry right here. Let's see. Patrick said Fed speaking in 8 minutes. Patrick, where did you see that news at? Let me check real quick. Let me rewind this. Let's see. Patrick said that the Fed is speaking in 8 minutes. See, I don't see it here at all on my news calendar. Let's see, my FX book. Okay, let me check that real quick. Yeah, because I don't see it here at all. So if the Fed is speaking soon, I might have to pull out of the position. Let's see. Economic calendar. Let's see. Today is the 10th. Okay, Fed master's speech. It's medium news. I'm surprised it didn't come up on my FX book. I mean on Forex Factory. So yeah, the Fed's going to speak soon. I think I'm going to pull out of the position, guys, if that's the case. Because if the Fed's speaking, or you know what I might do is, I mean, it's not really going to make a difference. If I move my stop loss in profit, then I might have a better opportunity. But let's see, I'm going to watch it for a little bit. I'm just going to pull out. All right, so I'm already out of the position. The Fed's going to speak in about 8 minutes. If you guys want to hold on to it, feel free, but keep in mind that when the Fed speaks, they can easily push price one way or the other. So I'm already out of the position. I made a small profit off it. Nothing too crazy. Probably made about, let's see. I think I made about 1,000 off it, or maybe somewhere around there. And watch, it's probably going to shoot all the way up now that I'm out of the position. Always happens. All right, let's see. Yeah, looking at this right here, I locked in about 1,000 off that trade across my my Ftmo accounts. So Sisu said it's what we needed for that thing to shoot up. Yeah, so it's probably going to shoot up. The thing when the Fed speaks is they can push price one way or the other. They'll say something good or they'll say something bad and it'll spike price one way or the other. Because you can see right here, price now pushed up higher prior to the Fed speaking. But I'm already out of the position. So if you guys want to pull out like me, I pulled out with some profit. I'll take a screenshot of my profit as well. And everyone else is going to send over their profits too. So let me go ahead and send this over real quick. Right here. So guys, I always get a lot of questions about trade psychology. A lot of people ask me, how do they get better with trade psychology and stuff like that? What I always recommend is, for one, like I mentioned before, if you never feel comfortable about, like if you don't feel comfortable about a position, just pull out. Because that'll keep building your trade psychology, right? The closer and closer you get to where you feel comfortable with the position, the better you'll be at holding a position longer. So here we go as it pushes up higher. I knew this was going to happen. As soon as I pulled out, it pushed up even higher. All right. So I'll send you guys my profits here as well. Let's see. A lot of you guys sent in some nice profits here. Maddie locked in a total of 2,102. Nice work, Maddie. Junior over here locked in a total of 3,023. Nice work, Junior. In his other account, he locked in a total of 1,728. Great work, Junior. Me over here locked in a total of $86 on her account. Nice work. Yeah. Yeah, on a 10K account. So that's pretty good. Leilani locked in a total of 1,364. So if you guys are still in the position, it's heavily in profit right now. I probably should have held on to it, but I kind of didn't want to risk it with the Fed speaking soon. So sometimes it's better just, like I mentioned, I didn't feel comfortable with the position because of the news coming up. And that's why I pulled out. If you guys felt comfortable with it, you could have held on and reached the full TP right here. So, it goes to show that it doesn't matter how long you've been trading, how experienced you are. If you don't feel comfortable, pull out of the position. I didn't feel comfortable, so I pulled out. I made some nice profit. I'll send you my profit shortly. But if you guys held on to it, there you go. It's about to hit full TP. Salorm locked in a total of 869. Nice work, Salorm. Alex locked in a total of 709. Great work, Alex. Eunice locked in a total of 53 off his 10K count. Great. Still running, but I pulled out. Scott over here. So KC locked in 1,819. Looks like a lot of you guys pulled out with me. Some of you guys who are still holding on. There you go, full TP. Should have just held on to it. It's all good. But you guys can see here that, like I was going back to the beginning, if there's a valid position available and you can trust the position, odds are it's going to keep pushing up. Back to what I was explaining with GN, my position never filled, so it never was an official position, right? If it was official, a price actually pushed up and hit the entry point, then yeah, I'd be confident with it pushing up to TP. But for me, it never pushed up and hit and filled, so that's why I didn't really have an opinion on it, because it's not an official position yet until it actually filled where it was supposed to go. So that's why my analysis was a little different from what I was talking about earlier versus what I was talking about here for US 30. So let me go ahead and just give an update here. And going back to like some of you guys filled your position, the reason why your guys' position filled is probably because of your spread. That's the only thing I can think of, because price never came back up. So for me, it never filled because my spread's really tight. But if your spread's wide, then that's the reason why it probably filled for you. So let me go ahead and just give this update real quick for the breakout. Wish I held on to it longer, but it's all good. So let's see, scroll up real quick. So KC locked in 1,819. Terrence over here locked in at 2,699. And you can see these are two brothers right here too, just like EW, Melinda, and Brittany. So KC long, Terrence long, they both locked in a total of about 4,000 together, or 5,000 actually, if you add it all together. Essa locked in a total of 861, or Issa, sorry, I don't know how to pronounce your name, Essa or Issa. Scott locked in a total of 880. Nice work, Scott. Melinda, here one of the sisters from earlier I just mentioned. Melinda locked in 3,394. Great work, Melinda. Over here, let me scroll up real quick. Albert over here locked in a total of 295. Great work, Albert. EW. So here's Melinda's sister. You guys can see Melinda over here locked in a total of 3,394. Her sister over here, EW, locked in a total of 6,431. So total together, they locked in well over 10,000 together. Great work to you guys. I'm wondering where Brittany's profits are. And Brittany took any trades this morning too. Oh, she did too. So Brittany over here, actually her sister. So the three sisters right here, Brittany, Melinda, and EW, they all locked in a total of, so Brittany locked in 829. So that's a total of about, well over 10,000, 11,000, 12,000, somewhere around there. You guys did pretty solid. So let me just scroll up real quick and see what everyone's doing right here. So Larkin over here, he's up about 1,064. Dre over here locked in 1,053. Great work, Dre. Here is, so here's Unmistakably. She's one that we were talking to in the Zoom chat. So she's asking, did we do something wrong? Why did it fill for us? Probably because spread was too wide. That's probably, your main thing. That's the reason why I probably would have filled, because mine never filled. So the reason why yours would have filled is because your spread's too wide. You should go and check what your spread was. Depending on where it was, let me go over to GN real quick. Yeah, so for GN over here, depending on where here, I'll go on the 1 minute. All right, so depending on how far your spread is, entry point was right here. So it's about 2 or 3 pips. So if your spread was more than 2 or 3 pips, that's probably why it filled, because it's too, yeah, I mean, it doesn't matter if it's an Ftmo account, doesn't matter if it's a Hugo's Way account, depending on what your spread is, that's what it would be. I don't trade Forex on Ftmo, I only trade US 30. For Forex, I trade on forex.com, so spread's different. That's why mine didn't fill and yours probably filled, because your spread was probably too wide. For Ftmo, I only trade US 30. That's why for all my profits, it's just US 30. And that's why the spread's different. So let's go over here real quick and let me just keep looking over what everyone else did. So that's probably the problem, Shai. Yeah, no, there's no problem. It's a common mistake that people have sometimes. I trade on forex.com for Forex. I only trade US 30 on Ftmo. So your spread might be a little different. That's probably what triggered it. And that's the only thing that I can think of, because if everyone else did the same thing, that's probably the same situation, but there's no problem with it. Hopefully it comes back up. My hope is that it comes back up, because my position is still pending. You can see right here, it's starting to reject off the pivots here. So hopefully it comes back up and then just skyrockets from this point, because I still want it to play out. I still have it pending right now. I didn't cancel it yet. And my anticipation is that it's going to bounce back up because the GBP pairs over here are still bullish. So they're still pretty bullish for the most part. GA usually mirrors GN. So if these two here are starting to push to the upside, hopefully pushes it to the upside for this one as well. So anyways, going back to what I was just looking at over here. Justin Mugai locked in a total of 699. Great work, Justin. Brittany, like I mentioned earlier, locked in 829. That's good right there. Angela over here locked in 468. Nice work, Angela. And most of the people here, so this is usually how everyone trades. So just FY for a lot of people here, they just trade US 30 on Ftmo so that they don't eat into their drawdown. For me personally, that's what I do too. So I can use my max drawdown for US 30 while I use forex.com for my actual forex trades. Michael over here, great work, Michael. So Michael just passed his Ftmo. Congrats. Michael is all done. He reached his profit goal there, 10,000. So you're doing a 100K count. So definitely great work right here, Michael. So Michael just passed his Ftmo. He's about to get funded soon. Great work. What's next? Let's see. I already copied EWs. Paul over here locked in the total of 1,014. Great work, Paul. Sisuk here locked in 1,172. Great work, Sisuk. Fern over here locked in a total of 1,149. Great work, Fern. Nsong locked in a total of 6,772. Great work, Nsong. And where's DJ at? DJ take that trade too. Paul over here too, because Paul did good. Jalon locked in a total of 1,360. Great work, Jalon. So a lot of you guys here locked in like at least 1,000 each. Kip over here locked in a total of 709 breakout from profit. Great work, Kip. Yeah, so Kip, he's done with his Ftmo already. He's basically playing around with the smaller lot size to keep pushing it up. Tariq over here. Oh yeah, it's kind of risky right here, Tariq, because it's at the London high. Let me check the 10-minute over here. Let me see what this over here is at. Let's see. Where'd you get that, Tariq? You have a line right there marked up, but I don't see it on my side. Actually, sorry guys, mistake. I think Tariq might have marked it up somewhere else, but the London high was like way down here. So I don't really see an entry here on the 10-minute. Not sure where he sent this at 7:01, which is 3 minutes ago. Yeah, I don't see an entry here, Tariq. I'm not sure where you saw that, but I don't see it myself over here on the 10-minute. Let me go over to the 3-minute. There's nothing here. Looking over here on the 1-minute, nothing here as well. So what I'm looking for right here is I'm looking for a retracement. I want a retracement here on the 1-minute, and I want to catch it as it comes back up. Same situation right here on the 3-minute. I'm looking for a retracement here, and then I'm going to catch it as it swings back up as well. Here on the 10-minute, let me see if there's any other entries here. So looks like there might be another snipe that's available right over here. Yeah, so the most recent snipe was right here, actually. I'm not sure if this is what Tariq was referring to, but there's a couple snipes here that were available. So there's one that was right here. This is, I generally go back to the most original one. So the most original one's right here. If this already hit, then I move on to the next one. So the first one would have been right here. Let me see if this has already hit. This one hasn't hit yet. So this one right here technically is the one that's currently running. This green candle right here, we had a wick rejection off the pivot, wick rejection off the structure, and then now it's pushing up higher. So once this is done, we can move on to the next one, which would be this red one, but it already would have hit. So this red candle right here, again, a wick rejection off the pivot and structure, but it already would have hit TP. The one after that one would be this one right here. So this one would still be running as well. So there's a couple positions that are running concurrently. This is one right here. And there's also another one that is right here as well. So there's currently a couple positions here that are both running. One right here and then one right here off the 10-minute. Oh gosh, okay. So Tariq, he just has this red line marked. Oh, I think it's his order block. So he has some order blocks marked up over here. but he did mark up the entry over here. So he has this one right here marked up. This is going to be 1 10-minute right here. I'll just mark, I'll set an alert here for that one. This is going to be 10-minute snipe number 1 full TP plus 500. And then I'll put the, and then this is going to be the second one. There's 2 that are running concurrently right now. The middle one already hit TP. So this is going to be 10-minute snipe. Number 2, full TP for 500. So if you guys understand what I'm talking about right here, we have a rejection right here for this candle. Wick rejection right here off the pivot, wick rejection off the structure. So that's going to be this first move right here. For this one right here is the second entry. So there's 2 10-minute snipes that are currently running. For those of you who know the strategy, I didn't call these trades right here, but Tariq caught it, and a couple of you guys here as well caught it as well. So let's see, DJ over here too. Nice. DJ locked in a total of 645 off that breakout earlier. All right, cool. So I added that to the list over here. It looks like all you guys are doing pretty solid for the most part. There you go. Full TP off the first snipe for whoever caught it. I'll just give you guys an update in the group for whoever is actually catching these. I didn't catch this myself, but I'll give you guys the update for you guys here who are, if you guys have the indicators, you guys can apply this on your own. It's really up to you guys if you guys want to learn this or not. If you guys are brand new here and you guys want to learn these strategies that I just covered, just go on the website, k2trades.com, click on K2 strategy course right here, and then you'll get access to these indicators so that you can apply this strategy on your own. But I'll give you guys an update here for the guys who did catch it. So let's see, snipe right there. And I'll be following the other snipe right here because there's another one that's currently running, the one next to it. So this one over here already hit TP. This is now the next one right here. You can see there was about 3 snipes. There's one here, or there's 4 actually. So there was one down here. Here, let me do this real quick. There was one snipe that was down here. This already hit full TP. This is from this morning. The next one was this one right here. The next one, oh, the other one hit TP too. So there we go, guys. Another full TP again off the other snipe that I just marked up. So we got 2 of them right here, actually. And let me give you guys my update in the group too. So let me give you guys my update of my own profits from the breakout before I continue going on, because it's just gonna be an endless cycle where I keep going over the snipe entries. All right, let's see, link covered right there. And there you go for the second one. So both of them hit TP already. So this one right here, the second one hit TP. The first one right here hit TP as well. So if you guys are familiar with the strategy, that is, and this is what I locked in for that breakout. I locked in 490 on my one account, and my other account, I locked in 690. So I locked in a total of about 1,200 across both accounts. So some nice profits off that K2 US 30 breakout entry. Let me just copy these over to the other groups so that everyone can be aware of the trades that were taken this morning. So, all right, we got that right there. This right here. So there's a lot of entries that are actually coming available today. I don't know, I only took the breakout though. So unfortunately, I only took a couple. So let's see, a couple of you guys did take that buy there that I marked up, this one right here. So looking at Sisu, he caught it, locked in 2,806. Nice work, Sisu. Mark he took that as well. So Mark took that buy, the second one that we marked up. He locked in a total of 274. Great work, Mark. Brittany as well. So Brittany also took that buy that we marked up right here just now. Locked in a total of 1,057. Great work, Brittany. Nice. Larishna as well. Larishna locked in a total of about 300 this morning. Great work, Larishna. Let's see if I missed anything else. Let's see what else I'm missing over here. I'm reading your message right now, Kip. I'll take a look at it later. I don't want to pull it up on the live. Yeah, great work, Michael. Yeah, congrats, man. Because I know, Michael, you joined K2 like not too long ago. Or you've been in K2, but you started applying the strategies not too long ago, and you started killing it. I know you've been super on point with your profits. Romani over here locked in a total of, let me see his profits. They're loading up right now. And this is the all-time high. So just FYI, guys, this is the all-time high right here. If you guys followed my session yesterday, I mentioned that the all-time high was going to get broken this week, possibly. And it's breaking it right now, or it's about to. So it's playing out exactly how we analyzed it on Monday. It's doing perfect right now. So Romanio locked in a total of 1,007. Great work, Romanio. Zlajan over here locked in a total of 3,749. Great profits amongst everyone here. You guys have been killing it. Jade too. Jade locked in a total of 3,210. Damn, you guys are on fire. So a lot of you guys here are killing it. So I think everyone's already in here. So yeah, Romanio, Jade, killer right there at 3,210. Massive profits. Yeah, no, I'll read it later, Kip. I didn't pull it up on the live stream, but I'll definitely take a look at it a little later. So let me just go over here real quick. My bad, Sinatra. I just saw your message. You said, would you jump in late? I probably wouldn't have because there was news coming up, but the Fed is speaking right now. So he's probably pushing price up. He has probably a lot of good things to say about the economy, and that's probably what's pushing price even higher. Let's see. Yasmin said, my trading view doesn't have US 30. If you type in US 30 right here, Yasmin, type in US 30. It's right there. It should be the first one, US 30 by currency.com. Mark said, I don't know if the stream is behind or what. Yeah, the stream is behind. That's why you need to be on the Zoom. If you want real-time access to the live session, you have to be on the Zoom. The YouTube is delayed by 30 seconds to a minute, depending on how good or how bad your internet connection is. Let's see. Riga said, do you hold trades overnight? I personally don't, Riga. I only trade in the morning. So I trade from 6 to 8. That's it. There you go. All-time high has been broken. So we have a new all-time high here for US 30. If you guys sat in on my session yesterday, this is what we were anticipating. So yesterday, I was telling you guys, so yesterday live session, it was right here on the 8th or the 9th, actually. I was telling you guys that the market sentiment was so high. It was like 80% short. So I was anticipating price to finally push back up and just stop everybody out. So basically all these retail traders right here, you can see where it says 70%, right? If I refresh this, number's probably gonna be less. It's actually higher. That's crazy. So what I see right here is that price is at the all-time high. And basically all these people are getting screwed because they're entering thinking that price is going to drop. And now they're going to get stopped out because price keeps pushing up higher and higher. So with market sentiment so high right here, this, I'm probably going to expect this to keep pushing up higher and higher because they're just going to get screwed. The market maker is going to keep pushing price higher and higher because if they keep stopping these people out right here, they're going to make more money, right? That's how they make money. It's when the retail traders lose. That's why the majority of retail traders, fail at trading because this right here, Riga said, no, I mean not trade, but hold your trades. I wouldn't have trades to hold, Riga, because we're already out of the position by then. I don't think you the trades we take here are on the 1 minute. Yeah, I never hold trades like that, Riga. I mean, you've been on the live session for like a couple of weeks now, right? A couple months. I've never held a trade past the time of me going offline. I always close out. We trade on the 3 minute, 10 minute, and 1 minute. It's impossible for us to hold a trade all day if we're trading on the short time frames. That's not scalping anymore. That's called intraday trading. So I'm not sure if you're confused about like what we apply here, but I never open trades and hold it for an entire day. Every trade I take here on the live session, I'm already in and out within a few minutes. So the quick answer to your question is no, I don't hold trades overnight. If you hold trades that long, you get charged the swap fee. So I don't ever hold trades that long, but some people will hold trades until and they'll get charged like a couple $100. So you basically just threw away a couple profits when you could have just closed it and then reopened it the next day. So yeah, I never hold trades that long. I only scalp. All right, here's a new all-time high. All-time high has been broken. So let me go ahead and just redraw the all-time high right here. Yeah, no problem, Riga. Yeah, I'm not sure if like you weren't catching along, but I never hold trades after the live session. So I'm usually on the live session until I'm done with the trade, and then I log off, and that's all I trade. I don't hold anything over like that. Yeah, you can hold anything overnight. You just can't hold it over the weekend for FTMO unless you have a swing account. If you have a swing account, then you can hold it over the weekend. But I never trade like that. I used to trade like that, but I don't trade like that anymore. All right, so here's US 30, guys. Nothing really available right now. It's pushing up to the higher end. What I'll be doing here now is I'm going to be looking for it to come back down. Same situation. We're still looking for it to come back down from here. Let me see if I can. I'm going to try to fix my fan because I realize that when I turn my fan on, the microphone gets all muffled. All right, so let's see what happens right here. I'm looking for a retracement. So I'm looking for a retracement down, and I want to catch it as it swings back up. But there isn't necessarily that available right now. All right, same with 1 minute. I'm looking for a retracement here. It's way past the Asia, London, everything highs, but we're looking for a possible retracement here and then a swing back up. Nice, nice. Okay, so Sisuk here, he took a trade. Looks like he hopped right back in. So he hopped right back in, locked in 3,221. Great work, Sisuk. Sisuk saw it pushing up higher, breaking the all-time high. He wrote it up, and he made some pretty massive profit. I probably could have hopped in right here too when it broke the US high right here. So basically the New York high, when it broke it right there and closed, I probably could have entered another buy right there and locked in another 500 pips. Now, what a crazy trading day today, right? There's no news today aside from the Fed speaking. And that basically what pushed price all the way up. So guys, if you guys have any other questions, feel free to put your questions in the chat, and then I can take a look at, whatever you guys need help with. So if you guys want me to cover any strategies, let me know. It's 7:20 right now, so I don't really have much to really look at until then. Usually I get off by 8, but if we don't have any questions, and there's not really much for us to look at right now because the Fed is speaking. Let me pull up the Fed is speaking right now. Fed master speech. Let me see if I can pull it up here. So Loretta J. Mester, President of CEO of the Federal Reserve Bank, Cleveland branch. Okay, so she's speaking right now. I'm not sure what she's talking about. We don't have a link for her speech. Yeah, we don't have a link for her speech here, so I can't even follow what she's discussing. But other than that, I don't really see anything else right here. Riga's asking, why do you prefer Dow over S&P 500? Because it's more volatile. If you compare a 30 stock index to a 500 stock index, what's going to move faster? 30 stock index, right? S&P is like US 30's little brother. Like if you don't, like usually people only trade S&P if they don't have enough money to trade US 30. You can make a lot more money for US 30 because it moves faster. That's usually the reason why people trade S&P. So, I have the capital to trade US 30, so that's why I trade US 30. It's just common sense. Like the thing is, if you're looking at the stock index right here, so if any one of these stocks moves, it'll push price up or down for the US 30, right? If you're following the NASDAQ, or not the NASDAQ, and it's not even on here, S&P is too big. The S&P has 500 stocks. So if you have like the S&P and you have like one stock moving, it's not going to push price very much. If you're on the Dow 30 and you have one stock moving, it's going to push price pretty heavily. So that's why I prefer the Dow 30 over the S&P. The S&P is just the Dow 30's little brother. It's basically a little brother that's cheaper to trade if you don't have enough to trade US 30. So let me see if there's anything else here. We have a retracement here on the 1 minute. It didn't confirm though, so there's no entry available for that yet. See if there's anything else for me to look at here. As I said, I'm still in the second week in, and I don't really know how to do the scalping strategy, right? So which strategy are you confused with, Essa? I can cover it if, I mean, it's really simple. It's like literally a checklist, right? You just check off if you have a valid K2 signal, and then you check off if it's breaking, closing past the pivots, or if it's above or below it. So if you want me to cover it, Essa, just let me know which one you want me to cover, and then I can cover for you. I mean, there's multiple scalp strategies, so I'm not sure which one you're referring to. Essa said the one you should in a little. uh, so I'm not sure what you mean by that. The one you should in a little. Um, are you talking about the 1 minute, 3 minute, 10 minute? There's a bunch of different scalp strategies, so I'm not sure which one you're referring to. Do you want to see the 1 minute pivot scalp, 3 minute pivot scalp, 10-minute snipe, breakout? I mean, there's a bunch of different strategies that we can look at. I just don't know which one you're referring to. Mohammed said, yeah, so I think you should go back and watch the videos. I don't know if you've watched the videos. That's probably why you don't understand them, because I mean, the videos are pretty laid out. Let me just pull up the course for you real quick. So there is I'm assuming you didn't watch any of the videos, because if you watch the videos, you would understand which one's which. So I'm just going to assume that you didn't watch it, but let me just show you real quick. So this is what the K2 course looks like. If you scroll down right here, there's K2 scalp strategies, right? There's a snipe strategy, a demonstration of the snipe strategy, 3-minute strategy, and a 1-minute strategy. So you can click on either of these and they'll explain to you exactly what you need to do. There's only like 1 to 3 steps there. So like, it's really hard to really mess it up unless you haven't watched the videos. So there's literally a step-by-step process of what to look for. You know, for the 3-minute, I'll show you, for example, what we're looking for here on the 3-minute. So I'll just show you really quick how this works. This is the K2 US 33-minute pivot scalp strategy. So for 1, you just want to confirm a valid K2 momentum signal. 2A, you want to confirm price is breaking and closing past K2 pivots 3 and 4. Or 2B, confirm price is above pivots for a buy or below for a sell. So I mean, it's really hard to mess up unless like you haven't watched it. But yeah, this is all you're looking for. It's literally a step-by-step process. You confirm a valid K2 momentum signal. Right here we have a valid buy signal. For 2A, you want to confirm price is breaking, closing past K2 pivots 3 and 4. The K2 pivots are these horizontal lines right here, where they're going sideways. You can see this candle right here breaks and closes past it. So with that said, you enter a long position right there. Your TP is generally 25.50. I'll just put 25.25 for now. And if you let it run, there you go to full TP. So it's not really difficult at all. That's why I'm kind of confused with like how you're not getting it, because it's a step-by-step process. You know, if you just check it off, if you look at number 1, you check this off, you're like, okay, that's passed. You look for number 2, that's passed. Since you have 2A, you don't go to 2B, and then you enter the position there. So yeah, you know what I'd recommend is go over the videos. And you should probably be able to pick it up pretty quickly, because it's not that difficult at all. So if you guys sign up to the K2 strategies, this is what the course looks like. We have a ton of videos here. So, and all these videos are only about 2 to 3 minutes long, so they're not very long. You can easily pick up and learn every strategy within a few minutes. And everything here is pretty much covered. And if you want to go back and look at all the previous results, they're all here too. And that's how you would go and find it. So let's see. As I said, today I'll look at it to understand it. I'm just chilling on live to learn, but I forgot I can watch the videos. Yeah, no, so you can go watch the videos and you can learn how to actually do it on there as well. So let me see what else I'm missing over here. Neandro said, can we trade NFP on Ftmo account? Yeah, you can, but you just can't enter or close. I think it's 5 minutes before and after. So some assets are going to be restricted, but for the most part, yeah, you can trade NFP. You just can't trade with like right before, right after the news is released. So let's see. Yes, I'm not sure. I'll look over the snipe strategy for you and Wesley. So you and Wesley are asking about the 10-minute snipe entry. So let me go over here to the 10-minute time frame. So let me go over here real quick and show you guys exactly how this strategy is done. Let me close this real quick. And this is what I'm going to do over here. So I'm just going to go and rewind to, I guess, the most recent entry. So the first one right here. And I'll zoom in real quick. So if you guys have any questions, this is probably the best time to ask questions because there's no entries available for US 30 right now anyways. If there's available, then I'll go and take the trade. But right now there's nothing available. So I'm going to go over the strategies right now. So looking at this right here, I'm going to put the requirements. This is a K2 US 30 10-minute snipe strategy. So for one, you want to confirm a wick rejection off any K2 pivot. Two, you want to confirm a wick rejection off K2 SR zone. Three, you want to confirm wick rejection off K2 pivot does not touch candle body. Four, you want to confirm direction of momentum using K2 momentum indicator. And then lastly, fixed TP stop loss, 500 pips. So looking at this right here, the first thing you're looking for is a wick rejection off K2 pivot. So looking at this most recent candle right here, it's rejecting off these two pivots down here, right? K2 pivots 4 and 3. So right here, we got requirement number 1. With that said, you're going to go ahead and check off step 1. Step 2, you want to confirm a wick rejection off the K2 SR zone. So next up, this is the zone right here. The way I got this zone is I turn on the K2 SR indicator right here. And if I take this off, you can see that there's a zone right here, right? So what I did was I just drew a rectangle over it to clean it up. So I turned this off. There's a zone right there. Second requirement's been met. You confirm a wick rejection off the K2 SR zone. The third requirement, you want to confirm the wick rejection off the K2 pivot doesn't touch the candle body. So right here, the body's up here. The pivots are down here where it's rejecting from, completely fine. That's going to be step 3. Step 4, you just want to confirm the direction of momentum using the K2 momentum indicator. So looking at this right here, the most recent momentum signal was a buy, right? So momentum is anticipated to push to the upside. So with that said, we check that off. Lastly, fixed TP stop loss, 500 pips. You enter right here. You set your TP stop loss to 500 pips, which is 50 points. And then with all those requirements met, you let it run. And there you go, full TP. So that's going to be an example of that right there, right? I'm going to go to the next example, the one that we just covered right here on the live session. So again, same situation. You're looking for the same exact thing over and over again. Nothing really changes, pretty much the same exact thing. So again here, right? This candle right here, or you can even look at this candle. There's a bunch of entries. There's actually another one right here because we have a wick rejection off the pivot and structure right there. So if you wanted to take a buy right there, that'd be another full TP right there if you go in for 500 pips. Again, right here, this is the one that we marked up on the live session right here. We have this candle right here. We got a wick rejection off the pivot right there, the green pivot. That's step 1. Step 2, wick rejection off the K2 SR zone, which is right here. Step 3, confirm that the pivot isn't touching the candle body. So the body's up here, pivot's down here, completely fine. Fourth step, confirm the direction of momentum. Right here, we have a bullish momentum. So with that said, we enter a buy right there. You set this to 500 pips both ways. You let it run, and there you go, full TP again. So that's pretty much how the strategy is covered, Wesley and Sinatra. If you guys have any other questions, let me know. But it's pretty self-explanatory. You just go off the checklist and you just mark them up. So like you look for the wick rejection off the pivot. Step 1, look for the wick rejection off the K2 SR zone right there. Step 2, confirm wick rejection off the K2 pivot does not touch the candle body. Candle body's up here, pivot's down there, completely fine. Step 3, confirm the direction of momentum. Right here, we have a bullish buy signal. Step 4, after that, you enter the trade, TP stop loss 500 pips, and then you're good to go. That's pretty much it. So yeah, you guys can see that these strategies are super simple, right? It's really hard to get them wrong. Like you have to purposely get them wrong to get them wrong, because it's a checklist. Like if the requirement isn't met, then there's no entry. If the requirement's met, then there's an entry. So yeah, definitely no problem, Wesley. Glad I could help you with that. Kenny said I'm good for the day. I'm going back to bed. Yeah, so like I mentioned, guys, there's no entries that are available right now, so there's nothing for me to really look at. If you guys have questions, I can help you guys out. You know, anything that you guys need help with, I can help you guys with it, but I can't help you with it unless you guys ask. So if you guys have questions, put your questions in the chat. Otherwise, we might be wrapping up this session because it doesn't look like there's going to be anything for us to really enter. I guess I could keep waiting a little longer to see if there's anything that comes up, but I think for right now, I don't really see much here. Looks like Angela caught some more profit. She said caught 2 more. She logged in a total of 1,323. Great work, Angela. So let's see. Alex said, day 1 of Ftmo complete. He took a accidental trade right there. Looks like he had accidental trade for like $2. He said, took a $2 loss. LOL, I guess I'm not buying any coffee today. Yeah, no, definitely. That's great work, Alex. Alex's first day with Ftmo. Alex has like no trading experience. This is one of my local friends here from the area. So if you guys need a luxurious real estate property, you know, Alex is your guy. He does luxury real estate here in like Beverly Hills, you know, Hollywood, around that area in LA. So great work, Alex. So Alex made about 841. Alex is probably going to be the one to find me my house eventually next year. Let's see. Sinatra said retrace. Yeah, it's retraced down right here. So looking at this point, this is what's coming down right here, and we're going to look for it to push back up. But there just there's no signal available right now. Same with here on the 3-minute. We have the retracement here. We're just waiting for it to come right back up. Right over here. So no entry available yet, but if it does come up, then that's what we'll be looking for. All right. So yeah, that's pretty much what we're waiting for. We're just waiting for another signal to come to the other direction, but we haven't had it come up yet. Gerald's asking, can you show how to set alerts? I mean, if you want to set an alert, Gerald, you just hit on alert right here, and then you can type in whatever type of alert you want. What kind of alert are you looking for, Gerald? I can show you here if there's a specific one that you're looking for, but I mean, there's different ways to do it. If you want a momentum signal, you just go to the K2TS or K2 momentum. You change this to signal fired, and then you can set it to how many, like whatever options you want. There's a ton of different options here. So if you want a specific one, Gerald, let me know which one that you're trying to set up, and then I can show you how to set it up. But you just click on alerts here, and then you just set up whatever type of alert that you're looking for. If you wanted to check if you wanted to alert you when it's pushing past a specific price point, then you can do that. If not, you can do like per indicator as well, depending on what you're looking for. All right, let me see. Kenneth said, let's see if this reversal comes to yesterday Asia high. He's got 35,196. May pull back. Yeah, no, definitely. I could probably see that too, Ken. So let's see. Ken said let's see, for your Asia high, it's a little different. Your Asia high is 35,196. I'm trying to see how you got that high on yours. Let's see, 35. It might be from yesterday. Okay, got it. Yeah, so you had it from yesterday. So I'll just mark it up right here too for you, Ken, so that we can just follow it. Let's see. 35,196. Okay, yeah. So it's right next to the New York high. It's like right above it. Yeah, so it can possibly pull back. Or if not, it could possibly push up and then just break right through it again right here. But who knows? My guess is that it's going to keep pushing up higher, or they might be setting up traps right here because, you know, looking at the market sentiment. Yeah, check this out. There's so many people who are short right now. So what I'm going to do throughout the rest of the day is I'm going to be marking up liquidity zones. So looking at this right here, this might come down even farther, Ken. So this might just keep dropping like this. This is what I kind of see happening right here. This might keep dropping like you mentioned right there. And then from here, let's bounce all the way back up. or it might just keep pushing up from where it currently is right here. There's actually a possible snipe entry right here for the 1 minute. So we'll follow through with this. Maybe I'll take this, maybe I won't. I don't know, I'll let you guys know if I do or not, but we'll be watching it because there's so many people who are short right now. The way that the market makers and institutions make money is if they stop these people out, right? And in order to stop them out, they got to push price higher. So we'll see what happens from here. Let's see if I missed anything else. Patricia locked in a total of 3,833. Great work, Patricia. Roman locked in a total of 1,591. Great work, Roman. Yeah, if you guys have more profits to send over, go ahead and send them over, and then I'll add them to the list here. So invalid entry there. I mean, invalid signal. So there's no entry available in the 1 minute. It's about 7:38 right now, so I think I might be done for the day. If you guys have questions, put your questions in the chat. Otherwise, we'll be calling it a day. You know, it's really close to the all-time high, so it's starting to get a little risky. So what I'm going to do for the rest of the day here, not on the live session, but I'm going to do on my own time, is I'm going to keep marking up liquidity zones. So with this many people short, this is where it's a perfect time to use the strategy that I've been, you know, discussing with you guys over the past couple months now. Basically, what I'm going to do is I'm going to identify where all these short traders are putting their stop losses. Like what I see here is, like, check this out. If you saw a drop like this and you're a normal retail trader, what do you think is going to happen from this point? You enter a short position, right? If you enter a short position, where's your stop loss going to be? It's going to be at the all-time high right here, right? So this is going to be an area of liquidity right here. So what I'm saying is if price comes back up right here and triggers your stop loss, what happens? It triggers liquidity because in order for there to be a transfer of orders, so if these stop losses get triggered, someone's going to buy the opposite side, right? And if someone buys the opposite side, what happens? Liquidity pushes price higher. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to be marking up liquidity areas all throughout the chart from now until market sentiment gets lower to like 70%, because that's going to cause a lot of, like, if there's that many pending orders right now, say if there's like a bunch of sell orders just sitting in the market, or there's a lot of sell orders that are active, and there's a bunch of pending stop losses, right? Where are the stop losses going to be? All the stop losses are going to be right here, maybe a little higher. It'll probably be like above here. So when these stop losses get triggered, I'm sure you guys have heard of it. People call it a stop loss hunt, right? The market makers are hunting stop losses. So when they see stop losses right here, they push price up. And then when all these stop losses get triggered, you see this big push to the upside. And I'm gonna be waiting for that, because when that happens, I'm gonna make a killing off that profit in that area right there. Because I could probably lock in, you know, a pretty solid 500 pips right there if it goes for a stop loss hunt to the upside. So that's pretty much what I'm going to be looking for here. You know, if you guys have been following me for the past couple of years now, I've been going over this every once in a while. This only happens every so often. The only time you can really execute this is if market sentiment is really high. So market sentiment right here is pretty extreme. It's at 78%. You know, it's probably going to go up to 80% because so here's what's going to happen. There's other people who are trying to get in for the sell. People who didn't enter the sell yet, they're also going to have some sell limits right here. So what might happen is price will come up to here and then it'll spike down because those sell orders are going to get filled. It'll probably happen again. They'll push up higher. There's probably going to be more sell orders just waiting right here, because all of the retail traders all think the same thing. They all think that price, you know, just because it's at an all-time high, it has to drop. So they're going to enter another sell right there, right? Eventually, it's going to push up higher and higher. When it pushes up to here, this is where all the stop losses are sitting. When the stop losses get triggered, that's when you're going to see the big push to the upside. And that's pretty much what you'd be looking for. Sinatra said, would you pre-order the buy at a certain number? No, I wouldn't. I would wait for it. I would wait for it. You can't just like predict that price is going to actually push up, because like I mentioned right here, Sinatra, you know, like I mentioned, if there's a lot of sell orders right here, it's going to push price down. So the thing is, if you try to enter a buy, you're going to get pushed into drawdown. So there's no point in entering a buy right here. You got to wait for it to actually break above and push above to take that buy there. So I wouldn't gamble. That's just gambling at that point. You're not really using any strategy. You're kind of just gambling, hoping that price is going to push up. But it isn't guaranteed that it's going to push up. So I wouldn't necessarily put a set number for you to enter the trade. But all right, guys. So let me see if there's anything else here. I don't see anything else in the news. Let me see if there's anything else that's being updated. I know there's a lot of new COVID news because of the Delta variant. Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of COVID news going on. There's a lot of stuff going on, guys. It's the market is just, it's all over the place. So, you know, with that said, I don't see any other questions here. Sorry, Rav. Let me check real quick. I think I might have missed your question earlier because I did see you type something up and it might have gotten locked. It might have gotten mixed in somewhere. Or let me scroll down real quick. Rav said, would you take another buy as it's at all-time high, or might? Oh yeah, no, Rav. So if it does break liquidity here, then yeah, I'll take the buy. But I probably wouldn't want to trade within this area right here. This area right here is a risky area because price can easily bounce back and forth. So this whole area right here, Rav, is going to be a risky point because price can bounce off this and just come back down, right? The last thing you want to do is enter a buy, and then it ends up coming back down. But if you wait for it and you have that confirmation, then I would take it, but not yet. Currently, right now, I wouldn't take the buy. Let me see if there's anything else that I'm missing over here. Yeah, no problem, Rav. Michael said, hi, Shawn, could you go over calculating pips for US 30? Like, when do you do 250 to 500? So it depends on the strategy, Michael. If you're doing the Snipe strategy, this is a fixed TP stop loss of 500 pips. If you're on the 3-minute, this is a 250 to 500 because it's a shorter time frame, right? If you're trading on the shorter time frame, it's going to be a smaller move. So you're going for a smaller little push. So for the 10-minute, it's 500. If you're using the Snipe strategy, if you're using the 3-minute pivot strategy, this is 250 to 500. If you're using the 1-minute, this is 100 to 300. So, you know, the smaller the time frame, the smaller the move. So you just decrease your TP stop loss slightly just to reach the target since it's on a smaller time frame. So yeah, short answer to your question, Michael, for the 250, 500, that would be if you're applying the 3-minute pivot scalp strategy. All right, so I think that's it for the questions. If anyone has any other questions, you know, feel free to put your questions in now. Otherwise, I'm going to go over the profits for today. And if I don't see anything, we'll be calling it a session. So nice. KC locked in a total of 3,351. Great work, KC. Jeff said, yeah, no. So Jeff said NASDAQ is dying. Should have took that so much cleaner today. Yeah, NASDAQ, look at, let me just pull it up real quick. I'll see how it's looking right now. I think it's US 100, right? There we go. I mean, I wouldn't necessarily say it was cleaner because right here, if you took this right here, this would have been spiked too. But I mean, it does look a lot nicer. You know what I'm gonna do next is I'm probably gonna go play around with US 30. I mean, with NASDAQ. I'm gonna see if there's any breakouts we could possibly take with this, but it's probably going to conflict with US 30, so I'm not going to mess with it anyways. But I'll take a look to see if it works in case, you know, a lot of you guys want to trade NASDAQ because NASDAQ is cheaper than US 30 as well. You know, the levels of cost would be US 30, NASDAQ, and then S&P. S&P would be the cheapest one because it's the bigger stock index. All right, so I don't have any questions. I'm going to go ahead and take a look at the profits for the day, and we're going to call it a session. So let's see, Owen over here locking a total of 5,024. Great work, Owen. And you guys are killing it. Everyone's on fire today. Looking over here, let me go to the saved messages. So here's a timestamp for today. Scroll up. So as you can see right here, here's a timestamp. It says today right here. The first profit of the day was Jalon. Jalon locked in 660 for the day. Maddie locked in 2,102. Junior locked in 3,023. Junior's other account locked in 1,728. Nia locked in a total of 86. Leilani locked in 1,364. Salorm locked in 869. Alex locked in 709. Eunice locked in 53. Casey locked in 1,819. Terrence locked in 2,699. Esther locked in 861 here. Scott locked in 880. Melinda locked in total of 3,394. Albert locked in a total of 295. EW locked in 6,431. Larkin locked in 1,064. Dre locked in 1,053. Justin Bugai locked in 699. Brittany locked in a total of 829. Angela locked in 468. Michael passes Ftmo. Big congrats to Michael here. Paul locked in 1,014. Sisuk locked in 1,172. Fern locked in 1,149. Ensong locked in 6,772. Jalon again locked in 1,360. Kip locked in some pretty solid profit. He said 709 from that breakout. So straight profit off that. Really nice move there. DJ locked in 645. Sisuk locked in 2,806. Brittany locked in 1,057. Larishna locked in about 300. Romano locked in 1,007. Ziljan locked in 3,749. Jade locked in 3,210. Sisuk locked in 3,221. Angela locked in 1,323. Patricia locked in 3,833. Roman locked in 1,591. Casey locked in 3,351. And lastly, Owen locked in a total of 5,024. So if you guys have any other profits, go ahead and send them over. New levels over here locked in 2,866. Great work, new levels. Hey, you guys are on fire. So about that looks like it's about it for the day. If you guys have any other questions, feel free to ask away. Let's see. Gerald's asking, where do I find DJ futures on Ncnbc? If you go over to the CNBC website over here, you just click on, well, this is going to be the daily. If you go to pre-market, that's where you'll get the future right here, Gerald. So I'll just give you the link here. I'll send it over to you. I mean, it depends on which one you're asking for, Gerald, because there's the daily right here. This is going to be the daily. And this is going to be the future data. This is 24 hours. So this is the Felix said, how do I send you the profits? So Felix, if you want to send me your profits, just take a screenshot of your profits, and then you can message them to me, or go in any of the groups here. Go in any of the premium groups, like a premium chat or premium trade talk, and then just post your profits in there, and then I'll add them to the list, Felix. And then I'll give you a shout out later at the end of the day. At the end of the day, we always send everyone's profits. If you guys are familiar with it, I mean, you guys have probably been flooded with it here. You guys have seen every day, everyone's profits get posted here in the group. So just send me your profits, and then once you send them to either me or one of the groups, Felix, I'll add them to the list, and then we can take a look. Nice. Luis locked in 3K today. Great work, everybody. So yeah, guys, I think that's it for today. If you guys have any questions, feel free to reach out. Otherwise, I'll be here on Telegram for the next couple hours. I gotta do some stuff here. I gotta do some back office work, so I'll be around. But if you guys do have questions, feel free to reach out. So other than that, I'll see you guys tomorrow, and